Hey guys, welcome back to Brit Indians. I'm Joshua. So, this is the coursework series, and we were seeing about plagiarism, and then we were seeing about citation, paraphrasing, referencing, and we were looking at Mendeley, how to use Mendeley to cite and reference for your coursework. So, in this series, this is the last part, in which I'm gonna explain about like how to structure your coursework, how to react once you get your coursework brief. Because when you get your coursework brief, you should do some certain steps which will help you to do a quality coursework. So we are going to look at those things in this video. So let's get into the video. For every coursework, you will get a coursework brief. The coursework brief is the main thing that you have to look at before starting your coursework. So what I'm gonna say now will apply mostly to management, engineering and design students. If you're from a medical or bioscience, I don't know how it works, but this is like a kind of a overview of how you have to approach a coursework. So I guess this will apply to all the fields of studies. You can try and apply this even if you're from a different stream of studies. In the coursework brief, the lecturer will give you what you need to do and what they need from you. So if you take the coursework brief, it will have what are the things that you have to complete in order to get the marks. Some lecturers will give you topics which you need to complete. For example, they will give you that in the introduction topic you have to complete this, in the methodology you have to complete this, in the experiment part you have to complete this, and the data part you have to complete this. So they will give you the topics and they will give you what they want in those topics. So this is one kind of coursework brief that some professors will give. Some professors, they don't give you the topics, but they will tell you what they need from the coursework, like what all points need to be covered in the coursework in order to get the marks. So you have to read through the coursework very briefly and you have to take notes from that. So you have to take out the keywords, key points that you need to cover in order to complete the coursework. So you have to go through line by line and you have to mark which are the words that is very important, which are the things that you have to do very importantly for this coursework. So you have to take out the points from the coursework brief. Then using those keywords, those points, try to go to websites and search for journal articles or literatures which were done based on the coursework. Like there will be a lot of journal articles which will be done based on your courses, because you're not the first person who's gonna do this coursework, right? So there will be a lot of journal articles which will be on available online. So you can go and search in that. You can go and search in Scopus, Engineering Village or Web of Science. These are huge journal databases which will have a lot of journals related to your study. So you can go there and search with these keywords and find out the journals which will be relevant to your coursework. When you get around 10 to 15 literatures or journal articles, you can read through them and you can see how they have structured the journals. You can also see how they have framed the sentences, how they have structured it, what are the words they have used. So that will be very helpful for you to do your coursework, because everyone will have a different way of framing their coursework, structuring their coursework. So if you're reading these journal articles, you will get an idea of how to structure your coursework in your way. Mostly the courseworks will have an abstract or an introduction section and a conclusion section, and then there will be a discussion section. So this is what the courseworks will have. So you can go through these literatures and find out how they have structured, and you can use it in your coursework. So I will show you an example of how I did my coursework, how I read through my brief, and then how I searched for journal articles, and then how I did my coursework. I will show you an example now. So this is one of the coursework brief that we had. So you can see the heading they have given. It's about a building design challenge, like for the future climate. So you can see they give you the module code, the module name, the assessment title, and how they need the thing. It's a report, so the due date, and then
within how many days they are going to give us the feedback. So this doesn't have to be the same for everyone. For each university, it will differ. So this is for our university. So they have asked us to submit it electronically, and the weightage of the coursework is 40%, and it's an individual coursework. And the word length, they will always describe how much word length they need. For example, they need 3,000 words or 3,500 or 4,000 words. They will give a word length. So you have to always submit the coursework with a 10% buffer. Like, I mean, you can't always be exact about 4,000, right? So you can submit a coursework which has like around 10% less than 4,000 or 10% more than 4,000. So your word length can be within that range. Give the aim that we have to design a low and zero energy building, and like decision making things. So just I will just go through the brief, and then I will read through what background they have given, what are the learning outcomes that they want, and then so they have given us a model. So we have to design this building, and they have given some requirements. Um, so some site details for the building, and then the construction details for the building. So they're given the wall construction, how much it has to be, and then they have given like the ventilation, occupancy. So it's all related to the building things. So they have given all the things, and they have asked us. So this is the task that we have to do. We have to define the design decisions, number of possible design solutions. So we have to do all this tasks. So this is our task. So this is what the professor expect from us to do. And then they are given finally the report structure. So they are asking us to give us the report structure in this way, like introduction, passive design principles and design proposal, adaptation to future climate, and like conclusion. So these are the report structure that we have to do. So this some professors will give you like this, some professor won't give you. So you can frame your own report structure. Nobody's gonna complain about it. So you can frame that. Coursework that I submitted was, so this is my coursework. This is what how I submitted it. So like the table of contents, so there's abstract, introduction, design criteria, because it's a building, so I had to design. So I did the design criteria, climate analysis were there, initial design proposal, result analysis, final discussion, and then conclusion. And there is references and then appendix. So this is how I have structured my coursework for this, especially for this one. So you can go to the internet. So you can always go to the internet, and when you get your coursework, so you read through my coursework. So my coursework is based on mainly building performance evaluation, future climate. So if you go here, you can see it's about adaptation to future climate, low energy, mixed use building. So let's say the keyword is low energy, and then mixed use building, and then future climate. So these are the keywords. So I'm going to go to Scopus. So Scopus is one of the journal searching websites. So there are other websites like Web of Science, and then there is Engineering Village. You can go and search in there. There is Google Scholar. You can always use Google Scholar. So Scopus, you can sign in using your institutional mail. So my institution is LovePro, so I'm just signing in using that. So now I have signed in. So this is the document search area. So I'm gonna, the keyword. So we'll take the low energy and building, and I'm gonna search it in the title, abstract, and keywords of the journal or research articles. So you can see there are a lot of documents. So you can just go and like view the abstract of the documents, and you can just see what is the whether it's relevant to you or not. You can just go through that. When you're reading through the abstract itself, you'll find, so I think this document is relevant to mine because it says building energy demand, low energy buildings. So this may be relevant to me. So if I want to view this document, I can just click this view at publisher, and then it will open in the publishing site. So it's in Elsevier, so I have to again log in using my Loughborough University inside this, and I have to download the document. So you can download these documents, and then you can save it, and you can have like 10 to 15 documents, and you can frame the structure of your coursework. So if you come down, you can see like in my abstract I have given the thing, that my aim, what I'm gonna do, and what will be my conclusion. So this is how I'm framing my abstract. And then introduction is just a general introduction about the uh, project which I'm gonna do. So I'm talking about global warming because it says climate, so I'm talking about global warming, buildings and things. And you can see I have referenced a lot of articles here for my introduction. So I'm just discussing all these from the articles, previously written articles. You can always get all these introduction points from the journals that you're taking. They will have an introduction section, so you can go through them and you can take this. And then I'm like setting my design criteria, and you can see like I have given the figure here, and the whatever figure or table you are pointing out here, it has to be referenced in like see, I have reference to this figure here. Project size is shown in figure 1 and I'm showing the figure. So you have to do like that. And for figures it has to be in the bottom of the figure, and then for the table it has to be on the top of the table. So this caption should be on the top for the table, and for the figure it should be in the bottom. And if you're taking some figures from any other websites or any other articles, you have to reference that here with the figure or with the table, whichever you are taking it from. And then you can give, if you're having a very big tabular column or something, or any calculation or something else, you can just always use an appendix, and you can just keep the appendix here, and then you can just reference this appendix and the table number inside your articles. And I'll show another example. This is a management paper. I don't know what it is about. So it's a paper of my friend. You can just see he has also given the table of contents. He's given introduction, a case description, negotiation theories, case analysis, conclusion, recommendations. So you can just he's also given a like an introduction. You can see that he has referenced all these things. So you can give the citation here, and then you can reference it in the last. And then yeah, you can see he has taken this figure from this source, so he's mentioned that here. So this is a management paper, so I don't know much about it, so I just got it from him. So I'm just showing you an example of that. I will upload 1 or 2 examples for management. For like engineering, I'm uploading my document, and I will upload this for management. If I get any other courseworks, I can upload it in the Britannian's website, and I will just link it in the description. You can just go and view that.
What I said now is purely based on my way of approach, because each one will have their different way of approach and different way of doing things. So you can use your strategy on how to approach these things. I'm not saying this the way which I am doing is the correct one, because even I didn't know it is correct or not, because everyone will have their different way of doing things. And I'm not like an intelligent person, because I just scored 60% in my undergrad, and then I struggled to get a master's in Loughborough University. And then when I came for my master's, I struggled a lot. I didn't know any terms that they were saying. I didn't know citation. I didn't know referencing. I didn't know plagiarism. I didn't know anything about coursework. Because I haven't done anything like even a small assignment in my university in bachelor's. So I struggled a lot in my initial days, and then I after doing 1 to 3 courseworks, I got to know like, okay, this is the thing that I have to do, and then I framed my own way of doing things. So this is how I do my things. I'm not saying you to follow this, but you can get some ideas from this, and you can use your own way of doing things. Only in my second semester I got to know like how to do a coursework and how to approach a coursework when I got a coursework brief. So all I'm saying is, try to do it yourself, and it will be helpful for you in your workplace. Because if you're going for a management firm, if you're going for a design firm, you have to give a lot of reports to your project manager for each things that you're doing. So when you're gonna write a report, you should look at plagiarism, you should do citation, you should do referencing. So it will be very helpful for you to do your future works in your career. Try it yourself and do it yourself. If you like the video, click the like button, subscribe button, and then click the bell icon so that you will get notified whenever I post a new video. We'll meet in next video. Until then, goodbye, cheers.